feel like God gave me a word for somebody out there, and I don't know who you are, but the word is that you're getting a whole lot of done in your head, but not a lot of done in reality. You live in your head more than you live in reality. You think too much. You're always in your head. And there's a time and a place for that, obviously. Working out issues, but this is different. This is just overthinking, procrastination, delays, thinking. There's fear, all kinds of stuff, obstacles, a lot of clutter. And there's so much going on up here, you get exhausted thinking so much. And when somebody that you have to give accountability to comes and asks you, what have you done all day long? You've been up here all day long. But in reality, you haven't gotten a lot done. So whoever that's for, that's just something I felt in the spirit. Now, let me just give you my advice here, right? There's a place, like I mentioned earlier, there's a place, a time and a place for the mind thing, because I'm a big believer in renewing the mind. And I'm a big believer in just feeding the mind as much knowledge, wisdom, understanding, because I believe it converts into power, strength, influence, and all of the rest over time. And you build yourself that way. That's not what I'm talking about here. I'm talking about an individual that looks and stares at a mountain and doesn't do anything about it. It just dwells and thinks and procrastinates and talks and just kind of disappointed, flustered, and all this stuff, but never gets to it. Never strategizes, plans, plots, never looks for ways to overcoming, never implements, never executes. I just got a download from God, earlier today about this video, and then I was reminded to make this video. And so, one of the hacks to the brain is when you want to get started, but you're not, but you don't, you know what's wrong with you. You're like, I just can't see. One of the hacks is to give yourself a countdown. 3, 2, 1, I'm gonna get started. That's one of the hacks. And you can get yourself to do stuff that you feel like you can't do. Go up to a person and talk to them. You're shy and this and that. You can tell yourself in 3, 2, 1, you can go. Just one of those hacks, right? It's a temporary band-aid until you overcome your feelings, overcome your these obstacles. And another thing to do, man, is just to analyze each and everything, break it down, make sense out of it, understand it. The more you understand, fear leaves, anxiety leaves, because what comes with understanding, like whatever it may be, how you're going to start something, how you're going to finish it, how long it's going to take, depending on what we're talking about here. I mean, what gets somebody not to move in the first place is usually how long it's going to take. Oh, it's too much. It's going to take so long. So there's a lot of different ways to go about it. One way to go about it is to do things in sets, right? For example, I'm trying to get my kids to do 500 push-ups a day, right? Before we could get to 1,000 a day, let's do 500. Let's do 300, right? They consider 100 push-ups a lot. So I'm like, all right, but it's not a lot when you do 10 at a time, 20 at a time, right? That's doable. And it's just looking at life from a different perspective to where it's like, how could this become manageable? How can I do this and it won't, like, all right, you can't do 300 in one shot, but you can do 10 and then another 10 and then another 10 until you get to 300. So likewise, when you have a chore that's going to take you a long time, you can chisel away at it a piece at a time until it's all done. That's one way to go about it. But instead of convincing yourself not to do it, convince yourself to do it. And another thing here is this: stress comes from procrastinating. Stress, if you define it, it's something hanging over your head that you know you have to do, you haven't gotten to it, and you know you have to. That becomes stress. So one of the most loving things you can do for yourself is not put something over your head to where it's just being held against you, you know what I mean, and it's weight on your back. It's a more loving thing to get to it. As soon as it gets in front of you, attack it, because you're gonna have to do it eventually. You might as well put it behind you and get it over with, right? You can hack the brain. You can say that you love this thing, or you can tell yourself you hate it. Now, I've learned that the brain doesn't know the difference. If you say to something that sucks, you say, I love this, the mind just says check. Okay, check. In other words, it puts a check mark by it, like, oh, we love this now. I thought we hated it, but now we do. Now we love it. And you do it enough to the mind will register the feelings that accompany when you tell it that you love. So then feelings of excitement will come with that chore that you hate to do, such as laundry or whatever. The fact here is this: you practice it enough, and eventually your mind will look for ways to enjoying the crap because you told yourself you love it. It'll look for a way to dance or sing while you do it, or worship God, or this or that. That's just the way it works. So, I don't know. God told me to make the video about people that are living up here and not enough on real time, you know? And it's just, this is glitching because they're feeding it the wrong substance. They're not giving it answers or solutions or reasons, or they're not motivating it. They're just kind of stalling it, destroying it with self-defeat, and I don't know, just the opposite. And then they wonder why they don't get ahead in life, or they wonder why they don't soar or climb the ladder. You know, self-talk is a big thing. Let me tell you. You know, whatever you tell yourself. If there's a saying that says, if you believe you can, you will. If you believe you can't, then you won't. Just because you told yourself you can't, so then you won't. Period. You can't reach a destination if you don't know where you're going. These are some very basic things in life, but, you know, you got to get started. God bless you guys.